Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team. Wanted to make this video on building a swing trade watch list. Before I begin, I want to point you over to our website over at bullishbears.com. And right up here, you'll see a page on our website that says watch list. Each night before 9 p.m. we do post our swing trade and day trade watch list here. So if you don't want to create one yourself and you want the work done for you, you can just go right over to our website. Just click on the link up here and you can bookmark it, and we do the kind of the dirty work for you each day. Save yourself 45 minutes to an hour or so. You'll see we do them about 4 days a week. On Fridays, we don't really put out a swing trade watch list because we don't want people getting trapped into trades on the weekend. We highly suggest being careful with that. You got to be careful entering trades going into the weekend because you just don't know what can happen with news and all that good stuff. So again, you'll see about Monday through Thursday, unless the market is doing something wacky, you'll see we put a swing trade watch list over in here. And you'll see we do our small caps right up here. And we do put some bigger ones above as well on our daily. So we do a kind of a healthy mix of penny stocks and some bigger ones, as well as down here you'll see us post a swing trade watch list, right? So that's a solution for you if you just want the work done for you. Just again, head to our website and just bookmark our watch list page, and then you'll be able to get our watch list each night. So I'm going to kind of give you an overview on how we build our swing trade watch list, some of the basics. If you want some of the extras, again, we do trade alerts each night for those that subscribe to us. We also provide our scanner settings and how we set up our scanner settings for those who become next level yearly members. So whoever's a yearly member gets access to all of our scanner settings. So, if you want our Thinkorswim scanner settings, our Trade Idea scanner settings, just upgrade to our yearly package. And we have it posted right under our members only next level content section. So we have a whole video library if you want our scanner settings and all of our additional content as well. Another resource I'd like to point you to is our YouTube channel. You'll see, just go over to Bullish Bears, our YouTube, and you'll see down here, there's a playlist, stock watch list. We do a couple videos or so a week on our watch lists. And right over in here, you'll see a whole section on, watch lists of how we're basically building our watch lists all the way down, right? So if you want to see really how we build all our watch lists, and, you see lots of content over here, hours upon hours of how we build our watch list each night for both penny stocks and for day trading. So we do a healthy mix of both. So make sure you go and watch that playlist, subscribe to our YouTube channel. So this video is just going to be more kind of a brief overview for a few minutes because, again, we have on our playlist a whole bunch of countless hours on how we do it. And we show you the goods and the bads when the days are good, and then obviously when they're bad and not so hot, we try to show you both angles. So if we're bullish, if the market's bullish and we're bullish on our watch lists for the next day, we're looking for stocks that are holding their highs on the day for potential continuation upwards on a daily chart. We look for things like gaps. You'll see right here. Here's a stock, on our swing trade scanner. I kind of just go through one by one by one. So again, you can do this all yourself, go stock by stock, put in a half hour to an hour each night, or just, follow our watch list. Again, our trade alerts, they fire off, about close to 90% or so per week. So if you look at our trade alerts results each week, our alerts fire off anywhere from 80 to 90% plus. So the stocks we're putting on our watch list fire off. Now, some of them move a lot higher than others, obviously, but the good news is we are choosing good watch lists for stocks on both the small caps and the swing trades that do move up. So again, back to the charts here, we're looking for a stock that's holding its highs on the day, and then we look at the daily chart and we see, okay, is there a pattern and is there a setup, right? So right here, you can see there is a gap on the daily chart. The stock is right near the 9 EMA, so there's the potential of this continuing up and then maybe going to the gap. Doesn't mean it's going to fill the gap, but there's potential, right? It's holding its highs. It has the potential to move up further. You can see the gap. There is a gap on the daily. If it can get above this 9 EMA, there is potential for it to run. Then I would go to maybe the hourly chart and see, okay, where are we at with the hourly? Well, it's been in a downtrend, not looking so hot. and it's getting near this 200 SMA. If it can clear this 200 SMA, it might have some room to run. So it might be flagging potentially here. So this is, again, when you're building a watch list, it doesn't mean it's definitely going to run. It's called a watch list for a reason. You're watching it, right? You're seeing the stock. It's holding its highs on the day. It's getting close to some potential movement above the 200 if it can get above it. And if it can, then there is some room for it to run into the gap. So it's definitely one that I would watch, right? So I would just basically go over here. I'd edit my watch list, and I would put, well, today's Friday, so what is it? Monday, Saturday is the 12th, 13th, 14th. So then I would put it like, just giving an example, I would change the date here. I'd remove, some stocks on the list, and then I would say, okay, let me put UGAZ. That's when I would look for. Now, some other criteria that we look for when we do it, just give you an example here. This is where we dig down further. I would go to options chains as well. So typically we like to put stocks out to those that follow us with, a very tight bid-ask spread. This is a little bit bigger than we want, and we want lots of open interest and volume. So this might be one that we might not put on the watch list. For the pattern, I like it for what I'm showing you, but as far as like our watch list and what we send out, we like to see, we try to give, people options, right? There are some people on a swing trade actual shares of a stock, and then some that swing trade and do options and different option strategies. So typically, I might not put this one on our watch list because it doesn't have options, but I did like the pattern. I'm just trying to show you, some of the things we're looking for. So, this is what we look for on the chart, this good setup holding its highs, potentially about to move above on the hourly. Then we'd go to the daily. There is a potential gap that it might want to go to, so there is some potential there. Then we would go over to trade. We would look for options. We'd like to see more of a tighter bid-ask spread. So now it's, around 6 cents or so. It is aftermarket. So this is arena we'd play on, but we would then look at the options chain, see if there's lots of open interest, volume, and then we would consider putting it on the watch list. We try to weed everything down for you and really go through, what we're looking for. Try to make it really in depth. And, kind of like, we don't want a lot, right? You don't want a lot of stocks on your watch list for swing trading because that's too overwhelming. You don't need to be in more than a couple trades or so at a time. Just looking at just a couple of other ones, what we look at, we just go through the list, right? TLRY, it's not holding its highs on the day. It's got this kind of this high wave-ish spinning top candle. Wouldn't like that one. I wouldn't take a look at it. SNX, kind of holding its highs, trading sideways. It's got a weird candle. So, and it's right rejecting at resistance right up here, right below the 101. So I wouldn't put that one on the watch list. CVNA, this one is holding its highs. Kind of has an inverse head and shoulders. You can see some resistance. You'd want to see it get above that 37.12 marker. So kind of an inverse head and shoulders. Kind of a double bottom or an inverse head and shoulders on the daily, maybe setting up. There has some room to run up to that 50 simple moving average line. So you can say, okay, I would maybe consider this. Then I would zoom in on the hourly and see, okay, this kind of has an inverse head and shoulders on the hourly. So then this is where I would go to trade. And I would see, okay, let's look at the options chains. And you can see open interest, not a ton, but 100, okay, 300, possibly. But then I go in here and I'm like 20-cent spread, 60-cent spread, 40 cents. Then I'm like, so that's where you get a little bit torn, right? So I don't think I would put that on the watch list for you guys because of that. I want to get liquidity to get you the ability to get in and out of positions. But again, this is the psychology. This is what we go through every single night for you guys, one by one by one. And we go through and trying to find the best movers. You can see this one holding its highs, IRDM, holding its highs on the day, possibly moving up. Big green candlestick. Moving average lines are crossing or potentially pinching. $22 is going to be a good resistance level. That whole dollar amount. I would then look at the hourly chart over here. It is above the moving average lines on the hourly. Has some room up to that $22 marker. And then I would click on trade and I would see, okay, liquidity, not so great. So let me look out at April. Yeah, so not a lot of, or over here, open interest. Actually, open interest isn't bad. I was just looking at volume. So possibly I would consider it, but then I go over to the bid-ask spread and I'm like, all right, these spreads are very wide. So then I probably wouldn't put that on. You know, I want a tight bid-ask spread. We have also several other swing trade scans. This is our basic one over here. You know, we provide our different scans for, again, those who become yearly members with us. We provide our different ones and our crossover scanners and all of that. But again, just want to show you kind of a higher level overview on how we build our swing trade watches. You'll see there's lots of scans that we go through. I'll click down here and then I would go over. If I didn't see anything here, I'd go over to this scan over here, and then I would go over to maybe this one right here. And then I would search for stocks maybe on the Dow and see if there's any ones that are better. There are larger caps here. So you'll see we give a kind of a healthy mix of both, stocks like larger names and then some medium ones as well. We try to have a good healthy mix. So if you're new and you're like, wow, this is a lot, we go through, to go through each night. Well, this is how we build a watch list. This is what happens every night. It takes half hour to an hour. You got to watch the market close, look for the setups, look for, again, I'm just showing you basics on doing swing trading with shares, never mind all the different option strategies. If you want to know options, make sure you take our options course on our website. But this is what we go through, and this is how you basically build a watch list. So if you don't want to do that kind of work and put it in yourself and, each night, just go over to our website and you'll see right up here under Bullish Bears, just click on our watch list, click on the link up here, bookmark it, and then you'll see once the date changes here, you'll see our updated both swing trade and daily watch list. And as well as, subscribe to our YouTube channel, watch our watch lists video section on how we basically put them all together. So hopefully this video helped you on building a swing trade watch list. Take our courses if you need more help, and we will see you in our community. Enjoy.